Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Expert Division with the tournament win here for the Phantom Mansion tournament in Golf Clash the game. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content for free. Last but not least, get the best guides on the market by going to patreon.com/golfclashtommy, link directly in the description down below. Can we get this video up to 300 thumbs up? That would be amazing and I would be very thankful for that. Follow the info box on the right hand side, follow me through my adjustment, club distance, elevation adjustment, what ball and club type I suggest you to use as well. You don't have to follow what I do suggest, but there is always a plan behind it. In the end though, let's freaking go to hole number 1. For hole number 1 here in Expert, we are going to play with a very tough wind. We do have a direct headwind almost. We use as much topspin possible together with 3 bars of left spin. Those of you not playing with Apocalypse level 5+, I would strongly recommend you to play either with a power 4 ball or that you go with a wind 4 or 5 combined with power 3. Adjustment is going to be maximum distance plus 15, and the thing that we're looking for is to aim to the left side of fairway, and the reason we're aiming for the left side of fairway is to prevent the ball from rolling into the rough on the right. Overpower is needed. Here I play with 4 rings of overpower, even though it looked like I needed 3 rings only. So the thing that I want to tell you here, if it shows 3 rings overpower, you play with 4 rings. If it shows 4 rings overpower, you play with 5 rings, and so forth. You always add one ring extra to compensate for the headwind. This ball comes down very, very nicely, 3-7-2. Second shot here, we are playing with a short iron in absolute minimum distance, and here we're gonna have a different type of spin every single time. We want to rest on the minimum distance line, and in this case we're gonna use topspin to the pin. If we need backspin, we're gonna use backspin, and so forth. The important part is to always keep yourself in minimum distance line. Adjustment here in the video is minimum distance plus 10 with adjustment where I pull over the bullseye to get the correct amount of rings. You will notice here that I will just miss to the left of the pin, and that will mean that I do under adjust my shot, and we're gonna see it here in action first and foremost. Bounce nicely and comes rolling down, and we just missed that one to the left of the pin. We need an extra decimal, and the thing to do there is that we're gonna play minimum distance plus 15 and pull over the bullseye with the same type of structure, and we have already getting some drops feedback from people that have been watching this play on stream. So minimum distance plus 15 is what we're looking for, but the drive is everything. If you don't do the drive correct, you will be in the rough, and then the eagle is gonna be in danger. For hole number 2, I'm going to attempt a ball swap. First, start with a power 3 ball, Titan or Kingmaker, doesn't matter which one. We want to play with 1.5 bar backspin and then 2 bars of side spin to the right. We rather want to be on the more heavy side of a 1.5 bars of backspin. Now we're gonna focus on the ball guideline to be just right side of the pin, and that's why I zoomed in and looked at it there in the end. Once that is done, we change either to a wind 5 power 0 ball or wind 5 power 1 ball, and we do need to have at least a side spin too. Adjustment here is 6.3 rings, but I would rather want to play this one 6.4 rings instead, which would have been max plus 10 power 0 ball numbers. For low wind though, I do think it's gonna be enough to play like a 6.3 in this case, but when we do have a high wind like this, we drop left side cup, and you know, we would need a little bit more in terms of for our adjustment there. I really do like this type of play, as it is very easy to find the landing position when we start with a different type of ball, and then we change and we utilize the way of using a wind 5, because using a wind 5 here will prevent you in most of the cases from adjusting down into the bunker, and that will help tremendously. This is a very good play, and I do see ourselves having a good amount of drops for hole number 2. For hole number 3, we're going to play on the right side, and here it benefits you from having a driver with a lot of power. I'm gonna use 6 bars of topspin, 3 bars of side spin to the left, half of the blue ring inside the rough, as you can see there, without being stretched out. Adjustment is going to be maximum distance plus 20. We adjust max plus 20, we push up to max. Then we're gonna go max overpower and half a ball of curl to the left. This drive is makeable with other drivers than 240-yard drivers. The only difference is that you're gonna start a bit further back. You're gonna still have the same type of structure anyway. Full blast overpower, and we're looking to get this ball up to 400 yards. See, the ball comes nicely up there, and we get the ball up to 399. Second shot is going to be a rough bump with the Grizzly, and here we're going to look at where we are at in terms of club, and it looks like we are around 40% club. I play 50% here, as this was, my first go at this. Have in mind here that you're only going to have to play with 4.5 bar topspin, approximately, like 4 to 5 bars of topspin, ball guideline to the hole, and using also 1 bar of side spin to the right. And once again, I play this one medium distance, no elevation, which is gonna be like a noticeable over adjustment. The thing that I've been calculated for, based on playing this hole again with 40% slider and still missing right, is that we should be playing this one 28% slider from 399 yards. Bounce into the rough and rolls, and look how far we are to the right. So once again, we do need to play that one definitely way less. I would say 28% slider would be my next guess. In the end though, it's not dialed in, but it's the absolute best way for us to try to get an albatross here on hole number 3. For hole number 4, we're going to once again do a ball swap, and we start with a power 0 side spin 1 ball. And here I want to play, in this case I play with 3.1 backspin and then 0.2 side spin to the left. The important part here though is that I want the ball guideline to show that it actually falls down the green, and we're having in this case blue ring by the bottom bunker and ball guideline once again to the hole. The important part is to start in maximum distance with a power 0 ball, and that's why we use that ball. Once we find that position with the spin and with our target, then we adjust for a maximum distance 30% over adjustment by using a power 3 ball instead. So a power 3 wind 4 ball, there is so many of them that it's hard to keep track of them all. Centurion, vintage, and so forth. And you can see here that this ball comes in very nicely. We do need, however, more speed though, because this ball gets to turn around a little bit in the end, just because we lose speed. So use whatever wind 4 power 3 ball you may have. You only need side spin 1, which is going to open up for a lot of different type of ball types. Why don't I suggest a kingmaker though? It's because then you will go in between clubs with even a sniper level 10. So prevent us from doing that and being able to play with a sniper level 9 and level 10, then this is the play. Those of you playing with a lower level type of sniper, that is even levels sniper 7, sniper 8, and even to a stretch sniper 9, it could be better to play with a wind 5 power 3 ball, like a burns ball, 3-point ball, baseball, or there is plenty of those as well. But here I do feel that we do need a special ball at least. On hole 5, I will show you 2 types of approach. One where I do play aggressive with the rock, and one where I just play simple with an apocalypse. And I'm gonna explain the difference with them. First and foremost, we go with the rock, max top spin, max side spin to the right, and stretch out to see the blue ring by the rough line. After that, I will be adjusting for a maximum distance, no elevation. Once adjusted, we're gonna push up to max. After that, we're going to go full curl to the right and max overpower. And the benefit from going with max overpower with a club like the rock is like a great left and a great right will be having a minor problem for you, as it's a very accurate club. We get this ball up very nicely here on the fairway. We're going to position ourselves for a short iron towards the pin. Second shot, I play 10% over adjustment based on club distance, and here we are, in my opinion, around 80% of a club, and that is what I'm gonna look for. Ball guideline to the hole, I like this spot as it is, or at least seems to be a bit consistent. Ball guideline to the hole here, not gonna have it 3 hole, just 2 hole is enough. Adjustment for a 9.1 miles per hour is going to be 5.4 rings. 5.4 rings for 9.1 miles per hour. No curl whatsoever. Gonna try to hit perfect. Perfect ball. And it bounces nicely on the fairway and it gets up towards the pin. Boom! Get in. So, there we do have it. Option number 1 with the rock. And I would say, you know, in the end, it is a good one to play with, especially if you do have lower level type of drivers otherwise in general. But let's check the way with Apocalypse. So let's take a look at the one with Apocalypse in here. It would benefit you greatly if you do have a decent amount of topspin, and that's why, you know, an Apocalypse level 5 is a good club. Otherwise, you would do well with an extra mile level 8 as well. For as an example, you can obviously go with a Thor's Hammer or something like that as well. The thing we're looking for here is add max top spin and then as much side spin to the right possible, and we're looking to just bounce over the rocks and the rough. Please give yourself at least 2 rings of difference here, because if you accidentally make a bad pull or you make an accidental overpower with your drive, you will clip the rough and then it's game over. Adjust maximum distance, no elevation. Time to take our shot. Perfect ball. In the end though, leave yourself room. Even though I have 1 ring, you can see how close we are to the rough there. And there's no point on playing that close. We're getting it down the fairway. We're not getting as far as we did with the rock, but we're getting down there. 381, and now we're gonna play from very close to max distance of our short iron. We're gonna play the same type of way as we did before, but here obviously we need to add more adjustment than we did before. And I think I remember when I played this particular shot on stream that I said directly that I did under adjust my shot. So here I would play this one around 90% of club should be the better way to go. Again, it's a 9.1 win like we had in the other video, and let's see how much we adjust. We only adjust like a 5.2, so we should be adjusting at least a 3-4 decimals more in my opinion. Perfect ball though, and we're gonna miss to the left. So which way would you choose then? In the end though, it all depends. I think this way of bouncing over the rocks and the rough is gonna be the better one to play, as it is an easier drive, but you do need to have the club for it. If having lower level clubs, it would be better to go with the rock and go just with overpower on the left to get you there. There is probably a way to go with some sort of a power, what it's called, coming left to right, power hook or power slide, I don't remember what it's called now, from what direction it comes, to go as well with a high level club to maybe get yourself into short iron min or mid distance instead. However though, this is a tough win that we're having on this hole, and I do believe that the more consistent you can be with your drive, the easier it's going to get for you to get it to drop. For hole number 6, we're gonna go straight forward here. I would like you to play with a power 4 ball minimum. And the reason for that, otherwise we will not be able to reach over the rough. You will clip the rough and then you're gonna have a massive tough time to even secure the eagle. So to be able to even have a chance for an albatross, in my opinion, then a power 4 ball minimum is the plan. Max top spin, 2 bar side spin to the right. You can see here we're aiming for the sticky spot, so meaning that we have the ball guideline approximately 1 ring from the rough to the left. Adjustment, maximum distance plus 10. Once that is done, we're gonna go curl half a ball to the right and max overpower. Great to the left is still going to be fine, and that's why we go with the curl to the right to prevent us from having a problem with a great left. Now, in the end, we're getting the ball down to the fairway into a nice distance. This is around 390 yards. Second shot, we play with the sniper combined with obviously the power 4 ball as before. I like to start a little bit further back because it's a more flat there compared to how it is further up where it slopes to the right. Now I'm aiming for the ball guideline to come in left of pin. I'm using all the left spin that I can, so I don't have to aim as close to the rough as you see. Adjustment, I'm gonna play maximum distance with a 30% over adjustment, which is 10.5 ring. 10.5 rings is adjusted, and then I will apply a little bit of curl to the left. I would like to add a little bit more curl though now looking back to it. Perfect ball. And we see the ball coming down, and it bounces on the fairway, and it gets down towards the pin. In the end though, if we're looking at it, the speed is honestly close to perfect, but we need to push the ball further up there to the left, so we do fall down left. This is a very tough hole. In my opinion, this is the toughest hole we do have in the whole tournament. For hole number 7, I'm gonna play with my quarterback in absolute minimum distance here of my club. This is a perfect way of playing, as you can rest on the minimum distance line. Here I'm using backspin as well, and you can see that I'm going all the way up to 5.2 bars of backspin. Ball guideline is just slightly through the hole. The thing that we're gonna do here now is when we do make our pull here, we need to play with a 12-01. We don't need to have a strong 12-01, but we need to make sure that arrow goes center right when we do make our pull. I do believe this is more or less a straight pull, and we need to be more clear with the 12-01. Minimum distance with a 10% over adjustment is the play here, and we're gonna try to hit perfect. Unfortunately, I do hit a great left, and you will see this ball fall a little short in rough, but also move towards the left side of the cup. This is a very good chance for a hole-in-one in my opinion. Those of you not having any Wind 5 Power 0 balls can in that case go with another Power 0 ball that does have a bit more, like a bit less wind resistance, but this is more or less designed for a Wind 5 Power 0 ball in my opinion. Good chance on hole number 7. For hole number 8, we're gonna go full freaking blast, and we're looking to get this ball to green. So the thing that I'm gonna do, berserker ball, and when we do have a 9.4 or like below 10 miles per hour wind, we're gonna go 5.8 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left. Now I'm stretching out, and I'm looking to have the red ring by the bunker to the left. After that, we're going to adjust. Here I do adjust for like a max plus 15. I adjust 8 rings where it in the end should have been an 8.9. So max plus 25 is what you should have done, Tommy. Okay. I'm going with 1 ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the left and full overpower. Plan here is obviously to hit perfect. You rather want to hit great left than you want to hit great right. The plan here as well is to get bounce into the rough and roll out. And it rolls up, but it just barely rolls into the rough though. What is that ball? What is that? No, in the end though, max plus 25, if we would have adjusted properly from the start, we wouldn't be getting that far to the right. This is obviously not a risky shot by any means, but it is a shot where we gamble a little bit. Like we will most likely, or like most of the times, end up into the rough or the sand by the green. That will still be a very good chance for an eagle. So instead of having to lay up and play a very tough second shot with a lot of elevation, we do go for green and give it a chance. And, you know, in a worst case scenario, we hit great with a rough iron or a sandwich and we miss. With a best case scenario, we're gonna be on the fringe or we're gonna be on the green for a very simple eagle. No matter what though, we're gonna go full blast. If you do have club that is below 240 yards power, then make sure to play with a ball that gives you at least 10 miles per hour. So if that would mean that the berserker ball gives you less than 10 miles per hour, then you choose a snow globe type of ball, which is wind 0, power 5. For hole number 9, we're gonna go straight down the middle. And I just want to say directly, there is a possible way to get very close to green by getting full blast on the left. However though, it will take a little time to dial in. So we start by playing in the center to at least give ourselves an opportunity. 5 bars top spin, 2 bar side spin to the right. You can see that stretch out, and that would mean that I have to push up 5 rings in the end. Maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment is what I'm looking for. Once that is done, we will be pushing up 5 rings. There we go. Now it's time to just take a normal shot. No overpower, no curl. We're looking to get the ball to bounce on the fairway and then to carry over to the other fairway. We're not looking to get as far down as possible here. we're looking to find ourselves in a way for a rough bump. And here, I'm a bit torn, I'm not gonna lie, because we could push the drive harder, get further up on the fairway, and then have a more open shot for a for a long iron towards the pin, which would make a good play for the Grizzly. Or that we go shorter and go for a rough bump with our sniper. Now I find myself in somewhat in between, and I'm attempting a rough bump with the Goliath, which looks lovely, but the adjustment here, having us to adjust from a lower point to a higher point, really messed me up, and the shot becomes really hideous. So what do we learn about this then? If we do have a shot where we get into a position like this, we go with a long iron to pin, and we pack the Grizzly all the time, not the Goliath. If we do have in a situation where we can play with a sniper, then we play with the sniper as a rough bump towards the pin. However though, if you feel comfortable going on the left, pushing the drive really hard, then that could be an option as well. So this one is definitely not dialed in by any means, but this is something for us to work with. I do adjust for the Goliath. I play in between mid and max and pull back one ring. Unfortunately, that is a little bit too little. I clipped the rough, but I am coming too far, so I'm not getting the rollout that I was looking for. In the end though, my friends, this is a tough par 5, but I do believe that we in the end will come to the conclusion that we will have a decent opportunity to get this bond to drop. Thank you so much everybody for watching this playthrough for Expert Division with the tournament win here for the Phantom Mansion tournament in Golf Clash the game. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Make sure you hit thumbs up before you go. Also get your ultimate tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclash. Tommy, link directly in the description down below. A massive thank you for watching and good luck in your Golf Clash game.